Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You use them all? You don't use them?
The only thing on my phone is Instagram, and I use that to either post stupid, funny photos or photos that I sit in color just to look at pretty photos, but I hate all of that shit, to be honest.
You don't tweet?
I mean, I do, but that's either early in the morning or late at night when I wake up to let you know I have a show or whatever the hell is on my mind, and then that's it. I hate Snapchat. I hate all that shit.
You have said in the past...
Stupid. It's making kids so stupid.
You're making that clear to me.
This meeting just begun. Nigga, I'm Satan's son.
Bitch, you told me God was the answer. When I asked him for shit, I get no answer. So God is the cancer. I'm stuck in triangles, looking for my angel.
I'm stuck in triangles.
I fully haven't met him.
You don't fear God?
I haven't met him. Like, I've seen a possum. I fully fear possum.
It's making kids so stupid.
You're making that clear to me.
Tell me what Jesus said about you.
May I ask you a question? Do you only preach and teach from the Gospels, or?
I do. I preach and teach from all of it. But
all of it?
But I don't believe that God wrote the Bible.
Okay.
I believe that people in relationship with God wrote the Bible.
When it comes to women's rights with respect to their reproduction, I think you should leave it to women. We have so many more important things to be dealing with.
Got a lot of freedom in America, man. For instance, abortion's legal. It's beautiful that abortion's legal, man. Yes, it's beautiful. I love going to abortion rallies to pick up women, because you know they're
something. No, I'm not. Everything's fine. You know, everything's fine. That's a lie. I can tell because you subscribe to traditional Judeo-Christian mores of right and wrong. You're made uncomfortable by untruth. My commitment to LaVeyan Satanism grants me certain freedoms. There is no good and evil. There's only self. Would you like a beverage? Yes, I would. Lie. You just want me to go to the bar and leave you alone. You crack me up. Lie. I terrify you, as I should.
as much as $180,000, which is a far cry from the $666.66 it sold for back in 1976. $66.66.
Oh, my involvement in the Golden Dawn is in so much as I was very interested actually in Eastern and Western mysticism, and I spent time reading and researching when I was younger. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's there were some very eminent characters in the Golden Dawn, and I found it very interesting to see the history of those that had been in it and this sort of esoteric movement, and also sort of what went on, the offshoots of it, of that sort of love of all things mystical and magical, all things bright and beautiful, really.
Jimmy Page, guitarist and founder of English rock band Led Zeppelin. By age 15, Jimmy Page had become a devout follower of occultist magician Aleister Crowley, who was dubbed the wickedest man in the world. But it wasn't until the release of Zeppelin III that Page revealed his interest in the dark side. In 1971, Page attended a Sotheby's auction by Crowley's estate, where he met filmmaker Kenneth Anger. The two become friendly. Page purchases Crowley's Bullockskean house located on the shores of Loch Ness next to a graveyard. A house which was once a church that burned to the ground while the congregation was inside. While developing material for Zeppelin IV, Page plays new music for singer Robert Plant, and the lyrics for Stairway to Heaven mysteriously write themselves. Page produces Zeppelin IV. The album cover is a variation of the tarot card The Hermit. Inside the cover, magical symbols now represented each member of the band. In 1973, Page believed the ghost of a headless man haunted his Bullockskean house. He called Kenneth Anger to exorcise the entity. Anger agreed and cleansed the house. Page subsequently committed to performing the musical score of Anger's film, Lucifer Rising. Lucifer Rising began production in 1967, but was plagued by tragedy. A 5-year-old boy named Goddard, cast to play the Lucifer Child, leapt from his apartment window to his death. Bobby Beausoleil, cast to play the Lucifer teen, joined the Manson family and murdered schoolteacher Gary Hinman. In 1976, while editing his film at Page's Mill House, Anger finally received the musical score to Lucifer Rising.
The reason why he didn't deliver the soundtrack was that he had a problem with heroin.
Dissatisfied, he fires Page. Anger is evicted from Millhouse without his film. Hungry for revenge, Kenneth Anger publicly places a curse on Jimmy Page.
this edition of Investigative Reports, we present an exclusive and dramatic in-depth interview with Berkowitz. In it, he maintains at the time of the murder spree, he was controlled by a satanic cult, that members of the cult helped him, and for the first time, he names names to prove it.
Now looking back and seeing what had happened, I was being introduced into the occult, into Satanism. It was a recruitment process, a slow but methodical recruitment process, yes.
Recruitment into Satan's army, he now says. Berkowitz reveals the name of the cult he joined for the first time.
Right. Woven deeper into the Westchester group was a mixture of more hardcore individuals, and they were known as the Process in general terms, although they didn't really use that name a lot.
The Process Church of Final Judgment. Confidential federal documents show the group has been investigated for various criminal activities. The Process first registered as a non-profit religious institution in Louisiana in the 1960s and spread to other states, often changing names. Jesse Turner is a former Process affiliate and hitman, now doing time in Alabama.
The reason for killing people?
Sometimes it would be financial, sometimes it would be vengeful, and sometimes it would just be to keep the ball of evil going.
Is that what they wanted?
Yeah, social Armageddon. You know, not an Armageddon in the biblical sense, but a social Armageddon.
Based on that belief, they were working with Satan to try to bring in a lot of chaos, thinking to speed up the process of all these events happening.
Approached you to take care of Ron Sisman?
Robert Mapplethorpe.
Why?
Because Ron Sisman had possession of some snuff films.
The late Robert Mapplethorpe, a controversial artist known for his graphic and some say pornographic work. Turner lived with Mapplethorpe in the early 1970s.
Robert was not a member of the Process. He was associated with the Process. The Process, they were using each other.
There was a snuff film, then what happened with it?
After the church ordered it?
Yes.
Well, there were several copies made.